1065, and Guillaume is marching west to deal with the last threat to his duchy, the Duke of Brittany Conan II. Chateau de Dinan was a formidable fortress, and would need an impressive army to siege its walls and bring down the keep. Guillaume entrusted the raising of such an army to his wife, Mathilde de Flandre, Duchess of Normandy. First, Mathilde would need to gather resources, a job for her loyal villagers.
Ubi vado.
Resources were essential in constructing buildings and producing units, and could be found all across the land. But Mathilde knew the most important resource to begin gathering was food.
Escolto. Coligo.
Spero. Vacas. Escolto. Coligo.
Food was key in recruiting villagers and military units. More villagers would be required if she was to raise a large army. To do this, she turned to her town center, an important landmark where new villagers could be recruited. Villagers could also construct a variety of military and economic buildings. Some of these buildings were used to make resource gathering more efficient, such as the mill.
Wood.
Mathilde ordered construction of the mill close to the berry bushes, as an alternative drop-off point for her villagers.
Edifico.
Next was wood, a key resource in the construction of many buildings and essential to the success of any town. Mathilde constructed a lumber camp close to a forest, a good source of wood.
Sì. Massone.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Escolto.
The town could no longer grow without additional homes. Mathilde ordered her villagers to construct new houses to accommodate the growing population.
Ubi vado. Massone.
Ubi vado. Edifico. Spero.
Sì.
Escolte.
Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources.
Mandes?
For that, communities employed scouts.
Vado.
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources.
Escolto.
Quod? Capio.
What? Capians. Escolto. Capio.
It was time for Mathilde to begin gathering the resource that ruled the known world: gold. Fortunately, a gold vein could be found nearby, and Mathilde set her villagers to work mining it.
Laburo. Ubi vado?
With her food supply running low, Mathilde constructed farms to replace the depleted berry bushes. They would provide a constant supply of food.
Edificio.
Ok. Masono.
What? Laburo. Laburanza. Escolto. Sì.
Like all great leaders, Mathilde made expert use of local government. They aided her in organizing the villagers and assigned them roles within the settlement.
Capere.
Mathilde's small town was now thriving and ready to progress to the next age of prosperity. To mark the occasion and celebrate her villagers, Mathilde ordered the construction of a landmark.
Me. Laburo.
Landmarks allowed a settlement to grow, granting access to more complex buildings and veteran units.
Quod.
Laburo.
Escolto. Edifico.
Felice et beat.
Qued labur.
Parats pour laburar. Movenskito.
The town had grown from just a handful of villagers to a fully
Capere
established
bene.
settlement. Mathilde had erected a landmark, announcing to the land that this town was a blossoming settlement. It was the perfect platform from which to forge an army and launch a siege on Conan's castle. It was time to build an army. Mathilde had everything she needed to amass a force capable of bringing down the walls of Dinant. Mathilde was aware of Conan's powerful horsemen. She knew spearmen would prove to be a useful counter. They would make up the core of her army.
Avec la bourre.
Parade pour la bourrare. Vado la bourrare. Qued, me? Io ma sono la cose. Quedabur? Cose sarà massonata. Me inerans, cose sarà massonata. Buon lavoro. Capere? Bene. Mondesqued? Vado la bourrare. Anos la carna.
Mathilde then turned her attention to producing her own horsemen, a particular strength of the Normans.
Parade por venir. Io ma sono la cose. Me plect.
Lonques paratas. Bene. Pace. Bene.
Qued mandes.
Perfecte. In avant, serviettes! Morez, quoi?
Cavalarios parats!
With the horsemen saddled and ready for war, Mathilde was confident they would be able to deal with any archer threat that may appear. Archers would be a useful tool to have in her own army, so Mathilde began the production of skilled bowmen.
Odite! In effect. Scara formata! Obeio!
Présentez l'encaisse.
Quiete, cavals! Cavalarios, quitamos! Atención! In avant, servientes!
Guillaume was accompanied by an unusual ally, the powerful Anglo-Saxon Earl, Harold Godwinson. They were met with a sprawling town and a mighty army. Mathilde had done her job as Duchess flawlessly, something Guillaume was very much used to. She would remain behind and efficiently run the settlement, while Guillaume marched against Conan. Guillaume knew this would not be an easy siege, but was confident in his forces and his own abilities as a leader. Guillaume and Harold set off to the castle of Dinan.
Theosi airport. Letethos vertat! Yes, understood! Huskala standet jarum! Astilia laua porta! Nan Marchiaf. It is done. Jij werkt de hestes.
This was the Château de Dinan, Conan's stronghold in Brittany. With its capture, Brittany would never be in a position to threaten Normandy again. To capture it, Guillaume needed to seize Conan, who had barricaded himself inside the keep atop the hill. He sounded the charge and laid siege to the keep.
Valientes servientes!
Brittany was no longer a threat. Mathilde's administrative expertise had once again proved essential to Guillaume's strength. Harold was rewarded with arms, men, and even a knighthood. According to Norman historians, it was here that Harold swore on holy relics to support Guillaume in his claim to the English throne. An oath sworn was a form of contract, recognized by law and church. Breaking one sworn upon a holy relic would be like breaking a contract with God, and thus have dire consequences. For now, it appeared that Guillaume had formed a strong alliance. However, it would not take long for it to lay in tatters. Guillaume and Harold would come to clash at one of the most infamous battles in history.